is George Best's house. The Best family are the only family who've ever lived in this house. They moved in 1948. So George's dad, Dickie, he lived in this house for 60 years. And after his passing in 2008, the family sold the house. It was bought by a local charity here in East Belfast, a charity called the East Side Partnership. So it's now an Airbnb. So people stay here from throughout the world. So we're particularly popular with folks from Manchester, obviously, who remember watching George. So be able to go to either do a tour or stay in the home of their childhood hero and to sleep in his bedroom. You can only imagine what that means to a lot of people. George would have slept in this very room from 1948 until he went over to Old Trafford in 1961. Even before the retro refurb, this was decorated in the early 1960s style. So we've got the Spartacus poster. Spartacus would have been a film that George would have watched in the local cinema here. We have people, as I say, coming from all around the world, but you can stay here any night apart from Thursday, and that's to facilitate the public tours, which at this time of the year during the summer are weekly. So we have the tours here every this time of year on a Friday afternoon. But because the house is a relatively small house, particularly upstairs in the bedrooms, then our tours are limited to 6, plus myself as the guide. So this is a unique house. It's done in the 1960s style, and that's to replicate the era when George left this house in 1961 to go over to Manchester. But it was taken about a year before he moved into this house. He was about 16 months old when this photograph was taken, outside his grand and Granda Withers' house, in other words, his mum's parents' house. And so that's where he lived. So a lot of kids, before he moved into this house, a lot of kids aren't even walking at that stage, but you can see a young George had a football at his feet. He seems to be showing, seems to be using both feet possibly, and watching the ball, and possibly, but one thing that people say is that George's balance was a lot better than everybody else. But the good balance in this photograph could be because he appears to have a heavy nappy on board, and that could be weighing him down. So there was a sausage company who called Cookstown Sausages. They decided that they would engage with George to make an advert to advertise their sausages.
What the man means is Cookstown are the best family sausages.
So sometimes when I come in here after people have stayed here, the place is stinking of sausages because people are trying to recreate the Cookstown Sausages video. Now they think that video was actually shot in this house. It wasn't. It was shot in the film studio and then to replicate this house. But again, I don't mind when I come here and the place is stinking of sausages, because I know that that's what they're doing. There could be worse smells that I would encounter, so I don't mind the smell of sausages. Yeah, you get many interesting people coming around the house on the tours, but I think one of the most interesting people who I met was a guy called Dave Taft-Jones. Dave Taft-Jones is from Wales originally, but he worked in the Midland Hotel in Manchester. So many people will be aware of the famous photograph of George with the champagne glasses and setting up a champagne fountain. Well, it was Dave Taft-Jones who did a little tour here, or I did a tour for him, who set that all up. So you do meet some interesting people.